Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Yellow. Last time we made our way all the way to Vermilion City, and we got a hold of an item called the Bike Voucher while we were there. This time we are taking a quick little detour back to Cerulean City in order to get a hold of that bicycle, that oh so coveted fast travel item. Oh, that's a Bike Voucher! Okay, here you go, and we exchanged the bike voucher for a bicycle, which is awesome. Now, this brings me to something dumb. I'm sure a lot of you instantly set the bicycle to the select button when you're playing classic Pokemon games in order to, you know, have quick access to it, because that's what the select button does in future Pokemon games. However, here, that's not a thing. You have to go into your items and use it manually. But as you can see, it's not too bad because the time you save by equipping this thing is great. Anyway, I should amend something really quick I mentioned at the end of last episode. It turns out you don't need to beat the SSN to get Squirtle. You need to earn the 3rd gym badge before you can get Squirtle. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to save Route 12 until after the gym fight, just so we can get Squirtle a little more experience that way. Now, can we use the bicycle down here? We can. Very nice. I really like being able to use the bike down here like this. I remember in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl you couldn't actually ride the bike through gates because the DS could not actually load the next area quick enough if you were to fly through the gate on a bike. Luckily they fixed that in Platinum. But yeah, kind of crazy when you think about it. Don't take riding bikes inside buildings for granted, because there were games where you just could not do that, which is insane. Anyway, is it this house? This house has something interesting in it, I think. Is it you? I'm getting my Pidgey to fly a letter to Saffron in the north. Okay, no, it's not this house. There is a house somewhere in town that has someone who will offer you a very interesting trade. Is it you? Once a Pokemon learns an HM, the technique can't be replaced. Better think carefully before you teach HM moves. That's not the guy I was looking for, but what he says is indeed correct. If you teach a Pokemon an HM in this game, that's it. It's never going away. There is no move deleter in the entire game, so yeah, I encourage HM slave usage very much. This is also not the guy I meant to talk to, but this is also something very important. I'm the fishing guru. I simply love fishing. Why is L in love capitalized right there? That's weird. Do you like to fish? Eh, sure. Grand, I like your style. Take this and fish, young one, and he will offer us his rod. I mean, he will give us the old rod. Yeah. Okay, fishing is a way of life. From the seas to rivers, go out and land the big one, young one. Now, the unfortunate thing about the old rod is pretty much the only thing it's good for is catching Magikarp. There might be the rare instance where you can catch something other than Magikarp with it, but odds aren't too terribly likely. So, if you're not planning on raising a Magikarp, you really probably shouldn't buy the Magikarp right before Mount Moon. I just did it just to show it. I'm going to hook up the cable to get a photo print of my seal. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, the Game Boy printer. Very interesting little feature. Now, I cannot for the life of me find this person I'm trying to find. Where is he? He's definitely not out that way. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna look this up and be right back. Oh god, I feel embarrassed having to look up this thing. Well, turns out I'm a complete spoon because that trade I was mentioning is only in red and blue. It's not actually in yellow at all, so yeah, just ignore everything I just said in that regard. Anyhow, right down here. Welcome to SSN. Excuse me, do you have a ticket? Indeed we do. We flashed the SS ticket. Great, welcome to SSN. Now, there is a very famous bit of heavy machinery over in the direction I'm facing, but I'm not going to be showing it just because I do categorize it to be a little bit of an exploit, and I'd like this Let's Play to be, I guess, the most legit as I can make it. I don't know, it's really more of an Easter egg than anything else, and you don't really get anything for going through this little trick. If you guys want to know how to do it, if you somehow have made it the past 21 years without figuring this out, just go on Google and type in Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow Truck. and they will definitely give you all the deets about it. The passengers are restless. You might be challenged by the more bored ones. Alright, so this boat has a lot of trainers in it, and you can only fight these trainers during this part of the story. Bonjour, I am Livrator on this ship. I will be happy to serve you anything you please. Ah, the strong silent type. Oh, I love this guy. But yes, I am going to be fighting everyone on this boat, because if you don't fight them right now, you can never fight them again, which is kind of an issue. Nope, there's only trash here. Humdy humdy ho, I peel spuds every day, hum hum. I'm pretty sure there's an item that we can get in this room somewhere. Did you hear about Snorlax? All it does is eat and sleep. Very interesting indeed. Aha, this one has a great ball in it, which is definitely very nice. Snivel sniff. I only get to peel onions. Oh, that's terrible. Ahem, indeed I am le chef. The main course is prime beef steak. But have I enough filets du beef? Okay, I'm not really good with that accent, but I'm very interested in what he is cooking. I'm so busy, I'm getting dizzy. Are there really no trainers in here? Is that great ball all of interest? I saw an odd ball in the trash. Okay, so he does give you a hint that it's there. Yo, mon petit, we're busy here. Out of the way. Some of this classic dialogue is really funny. All the characters in this game have to be pretty blunt with you, just because of text space limitations on the Game Boy, which is pretty amusing. Shush, I'm a global police agent. I'm on the trail of Team Rocket. Well, that guy's a real looker, isn't he? Alright, let's head on over this way and check out this room. I'm basically going to go through every room. Yeah, this one's got trainers in it. You can tell because there's an item to claim over there. I collected these Pokemon from all around the world. One really cool thing about this area is some trainers will have relatively rare Pokemon because obviously they're... I say rare and they throw a Pidgey. But yeah, some trainers in this boat will have some pretty rare Pokemon just because, I mean, they're rich enough to get on the boat. They're probably rich enough to get a hold of some rare Pokemon. So if you want to get some preliminary Pokedex data on some of these Pokemon, this is definitely a pretty good place to do it. Although, all the trainers, I believe, are in their rooms, save for a select few, so you can technically go straight to the end of this area without fighting anybody. But I personally wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're supremely confident in your abilities, just because there is a boss fight at the end of this area that you really, really, really don't want to get caught off guard with. Alright, so anyway, we have Nidoran right here, which I guess is a semi-rare Pokemon. I'm not sure if we fought a required trainer that's had one of these before. We might have. Anyway, we're just going to Thunder Shock you. And down it goes. And we're going to get even more experience. Oh no, I went around the world for these. Really? You went all around the world and you only found Pokemon that can be found in Kanto natively? Ay. Alright, we have this little kid right here, a youngster. I assume he's the younger brother, and he has a male Nidoran, which I actually also own and have evolved, because I am just that awesome. Yes. If there's anything I really know how to do, it's toot my own horn on videos that I post on the internet. And wow, Vine Whip did nothing to that Nidoran, which is unfortunate, and Tackle didn't do much better, to be honest. But the nice thing is, Ivysaur is a really good wall for this thing's Double Kick. Double Kick does not do a whole lot of damage against me, so I'll probably keep an Ivysaur just because it can take these hits like a champion. Alright. Oh, we just gotta whittle it down. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the old paradigm. If you want to train up a slightly weaker Pokemon, you gotta put in the hours. Speaking of hours, just recently I hit 100 hours of playtime in Pokemon Sun, and recently I've been actually messing around with Wonder Trading. It's not a feature I really touched in Generation 6 at all, but I was really, really curious about it, so I decided to try it out. I bred a whole ton of Abra in my game in order to get a complete set to synchronize, which is really, really cool. And I had almost 2 boxes left over. What's TM08? Just want to check this real quick so the information's out there. It is... Body Slam. Huh, okay. But yeah, I had 59 spare Abras, so I went and just Wonder Traded them all. Which is really, really fun. So I decided to do it again the other day with a very rare Pokemon. I always travel around with Wigglytuff. Alright, what do you have to say? A cruise is so elegant, yet cozy. The way he says that, it makes me feel like elegant and cozy are supposed to be like opposites, but I feel like they're pretty similar. Anyway, I bred myself 30 cast form because I am one of, I guess, the relatively few people... Waiter, I would like a cherry pie, please. I am not the waiter. I am one of the relatively few people in the world that has legitimately caught their own cast form in Pokemon Sun and Moon, so I decided I would breed a whole ton of them and just send them off to Wonder Trade. So if anyone got one from a player named David with the ID 252303, that's me. Now, I am a little bit curious. I know Wonder Trading is one of those things that a lot of people really like to do, so I have to wonder, if I were to maybe designate a time sometime in the future when I'd be Wonder Trading, would anyone be interested in, like, me posting on Twitter when that would be to see if anyone would want to get in on that? I don't know, it's not something I've really tried before, like a viewer interaction thing at this level, so I guess I'm just sort of trying to gauge interest, so if you're interested in Wonder Trading with me, I guess let me know in the comments and I'll give it a fair thought. I don't know, I just found Wonder Trading really, really fun. A lot more fun than I was expecting it to, because you just don't know what you're gonna get, which is really, really great. Alright. Now, I do have to admit something. I forgot to take my swig of water in between episodes, so... There we go. Revitalized. Professional YouTubing. Alright, and Ivysaur grows to level 19. And Charmeleon grows to level 20. Nice. Alright, who's up next? Yet another Nidoran. Alrighty. But yes, I guess on that same line, Pokemon Yellow is pretty interesting because I have recorded all of the episodes up till now, including this one, in 5 recording sessions. I recorded the first 2 episodes in a session, and then I recorded 3, 4, and 5 in a session. Then I recorded 6, 7, 8, and 9 in a session, and then I recorded 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 all in one session. And then 15 and now 16 are all the same session as well, which is kinda crazy by my standards. I have to wonder if this will be the first series where I do only bulk recordings like that, because back in Blaze Black 2, it was very rare that I'd record multiple episodes at a time, just because those episodes would take so long to make. It was very rare that I'd actually wind up recording some back-to-back, unless they were really, really short. Anyway, this right here is Growlithe, or Growlithe, or honestly, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Growlithe is what, like, my, I don't know, I guess high school English class would like to tell me it's pronounced, but I feel like Growlithe is the pronunciation that is always used in the games and anime, so I don't know. Feel free to give your opinion on my pronunciation of things in the comments below, just because if I mispronounce something, I'd definitely like to know that I'm doing it and try and self-correct it, because I definitely prefer official pronunciations as much as possible. Although one that really, really annoys me is Arceus, and that pronunciation is canon, by the way, because of the RKS system ability that Silvally has in Pokemon Sun and Moon, but the Japanese katakana indicates that it would be pronounced Arceus, although I can understand a little bit why they changed it, just because of the British fan base, I guess, but I don't know, I catch myself saying Arceus a lot just because that's the way it's said in Japanese, and aside from the change in Arceus to Arceus, there's really not much else different between the Japanese and English versions. I don't know, maybe I'm just a purist that way. Alright, one is over this way. Alright, this is the next floor of the boat, and looking over at my timer, I think we are right about at time. There was a little bit of a cut in between episodes, walking way back up to Cerulean, but I think we're at about 15 minutes, so I think we're going to end things off here. So, this past episode of Pokemon Yellow, we returned to Cerulean City and we nabbed ourselves a free bicycle, which is super awesome, and then we returned here to Vermilion City, and we entered the SS Anne, which is where we have to go next, even though I feel like the game doesn't really explain to you very well why, but I promise to you it will be explained in due time. So next time on Pokemon Yellow, we are going to be continuing our conquest of this cruise liner, so without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Gardy子犬ポケモン、高さ 0.7 メートル、重さ 19.0 キログラム、人懐っこく誠実な性格、敵には吠えて噛みつき追い払おうとする。